Hey there, it's Imran and you're watching Imran Plus. Welcome if you're a returning subscriber. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking. While you're here, make sure you click that subscribe button so you don't miss any upcoming videos and so you can help this channel grow. In case you missed it, I have a Best Picture nominee review series where I reviewed the films nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars, except for Drive My Car, because I couldn't unfortunately find a way to watch that. I don't have HBO Max, and so I wasn't able to review Drive My Car, but I have a review up for all of the rest of the Best Picture nominees that you can check out in a separate playlist, which is linked right above, as well as in the description box below. But now we're going to be talking about all of the categories at the Oscars and talking about who I think has the best chance to win and who I'm personally rooting for. And I look forward to seeing who you root for in the comments below. So let's get started. So I'm using the official Oscars website, oscars.org, and just clicking on the nominee tab and going in order based on what they have. So the first category that they have here is Best Actor in a Leading Role. The nominees are Javier Bardem for Being the Ricardos, Benedict Cumberbatch for The Power of the Dog, Andrew Garfield for Tick, Tick, Boom, Will Smith for King Richard, and Denzel Washington for The Tragedy of Macbeth. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, this is Will Smith's award. I'm rooting for him and I think he will win. This is just the perfect time for him to win it, and I think it's time in his career that he gets recognized. Now, if Will Smith was not nominated, then I would be rooting for Andrew Garfield. He did a really great job in Tick, Tick, Boom, and I love that movie and his performance there. I feel bad that he has to go up against Will Smith because it's Will Smith all the way. Will Smith all the way. Next is Best Actor in a Supporting Role. The nominees are Ciarán Hinds for Belfast, Troy Kotsur for Coda, Jesse Plemons for The Power of the Dog, J.K. Simmons for Being the Ricardos, and Cody Smith-McPhee for The Power of the Dog. And like Best Actor, I think this is also mostly a lock for Troy Kotsur, and I'm rooting for him to win this one. I really loved his performance in Coda, and I think that it's time for him to win this Oscar as well. If not Troy Kotsur, I think I would then pick Cody Smith-McPhee because his role in The Power of the Dog was fascinating and very interesting, and I think he did a really good job there. Next is Best Actress in a Leading Role. Nominees are Jessica Chastain for The Eyes of Tammy Faye, Olivia Colman, The Lost Daughter, Penelope Cruz, Parallel Mothers, Nicole Kidman, Being the Ricardos, and Kristen Stewart for Spencer. Now this, I think a lot of people were expecting maybe Kristen Stewart to win, but I think this is probably going to go to Jessica Chastain based on her wins at the recent awards. And I think that her performance, I didn't get a chance to see this film, but she transformed herself and I've heard really good things about it. So I see Jessica Chastain most likely winning. If not Jessica Chastain, then I think maybe Penelope Cruz could take this home. I know Nicole Kidman got the Golden Globe, but I don't think her performance was strong enough to win the Oscar here. So it's going to either be Jessica Chastain or Penelope Cruz, or if people are really rallying behind Kristen Stewart, then she might even win. Of course, how can we forget this is the category that Lady Gaga was snubbed from, and I think that was a shock to everybody because she was the best thing in House of Gucci. I thought House of Gucci was not an awful film, but it could have been a lot better, but the best part of it was definitely Lady Gaga. And so when she was not nominated, I was shocked. But I mean, they invited her to be a presenter, so she will still be at the Oscars, but I know it must hurt her that she's not nominated for that. That's sad. Next is Best Actress in a Supporting Role, and we have Jessie Buckley for The Lost Daughter, Ariana DeBose for West Side Story, Judi Dench for Belfast, Kirsten Dunst for The Power of the Dog, and Anjanou Ellis for King Richard. In my opinion, this is one of the most competitive categories because I think all of these actresses did a phenomenal job, and I think it's going to be really tough to decide. Personally, I'm rooting for Ariana DeBose. I said as soon as I saw West Side Story that she was the best thing in that movie and she deserves to win an Oscar for it. Her performance was just that good. So I'm rooting for Ariana DeBose. I think she'll likely win it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Anjanou Ellis is a surprise upset, because she was really good in King Richard, and I think that she also hasn't been recognized for her work, and so this might be her chance. So it's between Ariana DeBose and Anjanou Ellis in this category. And if it weren't for those two, then I'd be rooting for Kirsten Dunst. I feel bad that she doesn't really have a chance, but I think getting nominated is really great, and she was really good in The Power of the Dog. Next, Best Animated Feature Film, we have Encanto, Flea, Luca, The Mitchells vs. the Machines, and Raya and the Last Dragon. In between these, I think Encanto should take this one home, and I'm rooting for Encanto. I haven't seen Flea, even though I've heard a lot about it, so I could see that maybe upsetting and winning, because I know in a previous year recently Disney Animation lost Best Animated Feature, and so that could happen again. We'll see, but I expect Encanto to win here. Best Cinematography nominees are Dune, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, The Tragedy of Macbeth, and West Side Story. Personally, I really liked West Side Story cinematography and directing, so I would love it for it to win here, but I would also really love to see Dune win. I think Greg Fraser did a great job, and the worlds of Dune were just so well realized. I really loved the visuals in that film, so I'm rooting for Dune, but I could also see The Power of the Dog winning here. As I said in my review, Ari Wegner, she really brought the West to life and captivated a lot of the unique aspects of the West that have drawn so many people into it. So I think it's going to be between The Power of the Dog and Dune. Next is directing. Our nominees are Belfast, Drive My Car, Licorice Pizza, The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. And honestly, after having seen these films, I think I would go with West Side Story. Steven Spielberg, I think that's one of his best films. It is just so incredible. West Side Story was so good, but I don't think it's going to win. I think The Power of the Dog is going to win this one, Jane Campion. You know, after her comments at the recent awards where she unnecessarily brought Venus and Serena Williams into the picture, she kind of like turned me off to even her winning. Like, I would have been happy for her, but I think that really spoke to the way that she thinks. So I'm just kind of like, I guess, like, you know, yeah, that's a bummer. Next is Best Original Song. We have Be Alive from King Richard by Beyonce, Dos Oruguitas from Encanto by Lin-Manuel Miranda, Down to Joy from Belfast by Van Morrison, No Time to Die from No Time to Die by Billie Eilish and Phineas O'Connell, and Somehow You Do from 4 Good Days by Diane Warren. I've never heard of 4 Good Days before. Is that a movie that was released? Wow. I think it is a shame that We Don't Talk About Bruno is not here. I think that would have won for sure, and Lin-Manuel Miranda would have been granted his EGOT. I think that Dos Oruguitas is not a lock by any means. I actually think that No Time to Die will win. Billie Eilish, I think, is going to win for No Time to Die, because she won the Golden Globe, I believe, and I think that song is more memorable than Dos Oruguitas, and I think people might have not remembered Dos Oruguitas, and I think that was a big thing for Billie Eilish, and I actually like No Time to Die, the song, so I can see that winning. Be Alive by Beyonce, I don't think that that's going to win, because I don't even remember that song, to be honest, but yeah, it's a shame that we're not going to see We Don't Talk About Bruno win. Next, we have Best Picture, and the nominees are Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. And you can check out my review of all of these films in my playlist linked in the description below, my Best Picture nominee review series. Be sure to check those out and let me know what you think of each of these films. Personally though, I think this is going to go to either The Power of the Dog or Coda. And personally, I'm rooting for Coda. I loved Coda. Is it the strongest film in this group? No, because I think I like West Side Story and Nightmare Alley more. I also loved King Richard, but I think those movies are not front runners. I think it's either going to be Coda or The Power of the Dog, and maybe Belfast. No, I don't think so. I think it's going to be Coda or The Power of the Dog, and it's probably going to be The Power of the Dog, and I don't want that. I don't want that. I want Coda to win. Next, we have Best Adapted Screenplay. The nominees are Coda, Drive My Car, Dune, The Lost Daughter, and The Power of the Dog. Now, this is interesting category because I think that The Power of the Dog or Coda could win here because they are also fighting against each other for Best Picture, and so maybe The Power of the... I think that Jane Campion will probably get Best Director for that, and so maybe they might award Best Adapted Screenplay to Coda if it doesn't get nominated, if it doesn't win Best Picture. But I also could see Drive My Car winning this if it doesn't win International Feature, because if Flea wins International Feature and Encanto wins Animated, then I could see maybe Drive My Car being rewarded with Adapted Screenplay, and then I could also see The Lost Daughter being awarded with Best Adapted Screenplay. But I think realistically, we're looking at The Power of the Dog or Coda. And if there's an upset, then I think it will be Drive My Car. Then we have Best Original Screenplay. And the nominees are Belfast, Don't Look Up, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, and The Worst Person in the World. I know many people are rooting for The Worst Person in the World on Twitter, but I think that this could either go to Licorice Pizza or Belfast, or Don't Look Up. I think those three are the front runners here. I really could see Licorice Pizza winning this one because it's Paul Thomas Anderson and a lot of people really like Licorice Pizza. Unfortunately, I don't see Belfast winning many awards, so I'm gonna say it's gonna probably be Don't Look Up. I think Licorice Pizza, this is its best chance to win an award, but I can see Don't Look Up winning here, even though I think the writing was better in all of these other movies than Don't Look Up. Even though I like Don't Look Up, but I would give it to even King Richard over Don't Look Up, but we'll see. So those are my thoughts on the major categories for the Oscars. It's a shame they removed so many categories. I think the hosts are also not as strong, and which is also a shame because it's 3 female comedians, which is kind of setting them up for failure because people are undoubtedly going to hate on them. And so this whole situation is just not ideal, but it's the Oscars. It's a mess as usual. So we'll all see. I'm going to tune in. Let me know, are you tuning in to watch? If not, why? Are you going to stay updated with who wins at least? And who are you rooting for to win in each of these categories? And what film do you think is your favorite film that you want to get the most awards? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a great time. Lots more videos coming soon. But in the meantime, make sure you like this video and subscribe. Click the bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And don't forget to share this video with your friends and fellow movie enthusiasts. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.